Continue.
Well, let me try.
Okay, good. Let's continue.
Okay, so you group all again, and then you center align everything.
Group everything. Then we are going to
Yeah.
center align, shape. Where's the center? Good. So we have it in the middle.
Okay.
All right. So what next?
You need to resize it for it to fit.
Now, this is very great. I really appreciate that you've this like for me, I really appreciate you guys because I've done this for 6 years. Nobody has been able to get me to do this. Like I said, I've been to Ashesi, I've been to so many schools to teach. I've never gotten anybody in the first start to ever get me to do this. I don't know if you have already experience in PowerPoint design. Do you already have experience?
Yes,
Or this
I have a little experience.
You have a little experience. Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm taking my praise back. All right, guys. The first thing I would have done, you notice that now, take a look at this. Okay. Are they all not circles? They are all circles, right? Are they all not the same size? They are all black. Okay. So what this is different. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to sort the issue of size out. I'll take the biggest size. So this is what? How do I, if I want to see the dimensions, where do I go? Romeo.
You can go to the
shape format. Good. So it is 3.83 by 3.83. Let me increase it a bit, but first let me bring everything inside. Okay. 3.83 by 3.83. Let's make it, let's say 5 and see 5 by 5 and see how big it is. So I'm going to select all of this and make it what? 5 by 5. Can you see where we have gotten to? So already we are making proper use of the space. Then I'll just move each into range with just an eyeball. So you see, even with just moving them, I'm getting somewhere. Then I'm going to align all of this. Shift align, middle. Shift align, middle. Then I'll make sure I align this to this. Okay. Align to left. Then align this also to right. Then this one I'm going to do middle. Okay, then I'll try and distribute this so that there's the same space between this and this. So align, then distribute what? Horizontally. You notice that this thing moved. Then also align and what? Distribute horizontally. Can you see the difference in a short file? Now you say that I'm more experienced, exactly. But do you see the usage of space and the sizes? So remember we said something about, any question? I saw a mic on mute. I heard a mic. I said I
yes. Please, when you are resizing, do you use your discretion or you look at the biggest? What do you use in terms of the resizing?
For resizing, now you look at your space. That is why I intentionally put these fat red lines here. Can you see them? These are not the borders, but I intentionally put them there to create an illusion of borders. So you look at the space you have. Now it's like saying, I mean, cut your coat according to your size. I hope you get it. I'm going to buy gobe or beans, and I have 2 cedis. When I go, I can't say I want gobe 5 cedis with the plantain 10 cedis. I have 2 cedis. So with that analogy, you have to look at the space you have. Then remember, you always need white space. The goal is not to put a whole lot of things on the slide. Okay, you need white space. You need them big enough to create enough room and also to use the space well. Look at a living room, for instance. Okay, let's say you have a living room or even a kitchen. You want to arrange things in the kitchen. You have to put things, you have to put things, you just can't put anything anywhere. I hope you get it. If you have a kitchen of a small space, you not go and bring a kitchen cabinet that is bigger than the space. That makes sense, right? So you look at the sizes and you have to do that yourself. Okay. So for
Okay.
instance, the client will not, there are some clients who will tell you, okay, I want a size of this, but most clients don't. The client expects you to look at this frame of the slide and reduce the content accordingly. Are you on the same page?
Please. Yes.
Okay, great. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions? Please, if we are stopping, I see Q&A over here. Okay, Q&A. Hello, I can't unmute here. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Please, pictures and icons. Which one is more preferred in a PowerPoint presentation? Okay, it depends on your target audience. Okay, it depends. So to Nanayao, it depends on your target audience. And it depends basically on also you yourself, what you need. For example, for icons are basically to give more context tests, okay? And pictures basically replace them. Icons do not replace tests. Does that make sense? A picture can replace a text, but an icon cannot. An icon works hand in hand with a text. All right, so the icon, just like the picture, is for aesthetics, but the icon is to give more context. All right, good. Oh, sorry, but Wisdom, I hope we are still on the same page. Okay, Abapa said it's not centered. Okay, great. I think we are on a good trajectory. All right, I have another test for you. How many of if you have access to this, let me know. The first exercise, how many of you have access to it? This first exercise, if you have it, you can try it on your own. I have this one too for you. So this is an icon for message here, icon for broadcast here, icon for responsible, icon for technology. So this is a slide that is cutted. The goal is to arrange them to get a proper slide. So this is a good alignment exercise. Okay, you notice this is not harmonized. Sylvanos, is this harmonized?
No, it isn't.
It isn't. Romeo, is this harmonized? Is Romeo there?
Yeah, no, please.
No, so there's a lot of work there. Benjamin,
Yes.
I remember Benjamin speaking. Benjamin, is this harmonized? Benjamin Essel, are you there? Okay, so basically it's not harmonized. So I've put this in the resource. Sylvanos, do you have access to this?
Yes, please. I've seen it in
Okay.
the documents. Yes.
So it's in the document. You can download it and try your hands on it. Now let's go to
Okay.
masters and usage of colors. This is one of my favorite things when I'm teaching. Masters and usage of colors. What is a slide master? Who can give me an idea of what a slide master is? Any idea?
I think
Mhm.
is the parent slides on which the subsequent slides
Are built.
lie on.
Exactly, brilliant.
Hmm.
A master is the parent slide on which subsequent slides are built. Now, the master design, basically, it tells you what colors to use. It tells you what font type to use, and it tells you of the style. Now, if you let's go and take a look at the master of this slide. Okay, so I'm going to view, then I'll go to slide master. Always remember that. Now let's look at how the slide master is designed. I'm going to dismantle it for you so that you see this. Now, at the top of it, you see my parent company, Azubi Africa. This is the icon. I placed it here. All right. Over here, you see the Africa Digital Skills Conference. I placed it here. And in between them, I put in a line over here. Can you see that? And this is a grade shadow. Can you see it? Then over here are shapes with transparencies. Can you see that? So this is my parent slide. And what this tells me is when I come here, I see it all over. So you notice that here I can't move it. So this is the parent slide. over here, I can't move it. So every slide underneath it, those of you know what an org chart is, or you get it. If I duplicate this, I have more here. Okay. Any changes I make here, let's change this color to orange. What do you see? Everything here has become what? Orange. So the slide master is basically the skeleton or the framework of your slide. It tells you what colors to use. It tells you what fonts to use. So let's look at the font in our master. So I'm going back to the slide master. So you can see the fonts over here. What font is over here? If I click inside, Arial. So this master is Arial. If I want to change the font, I'll come to slide master, then do what? Change my font over here. Does that make sense? And whenever you change the font, it applies to, or it affects everything on your slide. So if you want to design anything, if you want your slide to look any way, if you want your slide to have a specific identity, you do it here on the very first slide. Whatever you do here cannot be corrected when you leave your slide master view. Can you see? I can't touch it. Those of you who have downloaded the slides, you notice you can't touch it when you are out of the slide master view. The only place you can touch it is when you are in the slide master view. And over here, this is a slide for BMW. Sometime back we worked on. This is their slide master. Okay, this is the layout. Okay, this is how they work. This is their style. You notice it's different. Look at this one and look at this. Two different themes. Okay, what is the font for this one? Who can tell me what is the font for the BMW master?
Arial narrow.
Arial narrow. Brilliant. So you notice it's different. The font is different. The colors are different. The style is basically different. Okay. You can create a slide master, but make sure it is minimalistic, just like this one. Do not, I mean, when I tell people to create slide masters, assuming we were having a course like I do at Ashesi and other universities, for instance, your first homework will be to create your own slide master. All right, like I've done here, I'll teach you how to do it and everything. So these are basically shapes. These are basically shapes. And when you come down here, how do I hide this? I want to move it. Okay, when you come down here, you notice we have our parent company here, the child company where I work at Fair Pointers. You have the PowerPoint logo. You have this color here. You can see this. You can see this, right? So these are shapes. These are a framework. And you notice that they are not in the border. Can you see that? They are not in the border. It is very important. They are outside the borders to just create a framework. So for instance, assuming I work at MTN, okay, I'll have an MTN logo over here. Does that make sense? With a different style, probably with yellow and a font that MTN likes. Any question on the slide masters, guys? So I have to. Oh, Romeo says he can't find the resources. Okay. Any questions on the slide masters, guys? Any question? Okay, there's some on the Q&A. Okay, so Jay said, how do we get to the slide master view? So to get to the slide master view, okay, we go to view. You see these tabs over here. We have file, home, insert, draw, design, transition, animation, slideshow, record, view, review, and view. We have slide master. Underneath of view, you have normal outline view, slide sort, slide master. You see the slide, you click it, you go to the master view. And the very first slide you see is the one that controls everything. Does that make sense? You can create multiple masters in multiples. You get it, multiple masters in different slides. See, this is also a different slide, but this is for one of our clients, St. Stewart's. Okay, different masters. So you notice that the very big ones are the ones that controls the designs of the slide. Does that make sense? And underneath, you can create multiple layouts, multiple layouts. Okay, so this is where you find your layout and you choose layout from. Okay, you have sorry, how do you, okay, it's the same question. I think we have answered that. Any other question? Okay. Guys, do you have any question on the slide masters before we move on? Or I should move on? Okay, Abapa, let's hear from you.
So I want to ask, with the slide masters, will you be able to lock certain features? For example, if you are designing for a client and they've not yet paid the full amount, but you have to release the work to them to see whether it's going on according to plan. How will you be able to disengage certain features on it so that when you send it to them, they can't do anything about it?
Okay, the issue is the moment they get the file, they have access to the master. Whatever you lock in, you can lock things in PowerPoint when you go to the pane view. Okay, just like you have in Photoshop and other things. Let me see, I think it's in shape format. Assuming I don't want them to be able to move this, I'll go to shape format. I think it's in the pane view. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let me see. But I'll look for it with time and show you. You can, good, selection pane. Underneath here, do you see this? I'm going to show you how to lock. And at the selection pane, you notice there's visibility and there's lock. This is the shape. If I don't want it visible, I can lock it over here so that they can't move this shape. Which of the shapes did I lock? Okay, I think I locked it. So you notice I can't move it. And you can unlock it. You can make it less visible as well. So let me do this. Where is this shape? Okay, this is the shape. So, notice when I hit the visibility icon, it goes off. If I want it to lock to, they can't move anything. But the thing is, the moment they have access to your PowerPoint, okay, they can unlock it and they can take the visibility off. So the best thing is to encrypt it when you are sharing it. Okay, that is another thing. Are we on the same page?
Okay. Yeah.
So you can encrypt it, add a password, and restrict what they can do and not do. Does that make sense?
I think I've never encrypted the file before, so maybe later I would contact you and help me do that.
Okay, it's a very easy, when you are saving it, it's a very easy thing to do. Okay, Jay says, under what condition can you create different slide masters? Oh, for example, if you want to present to different people at the same time, but creating different slide masters is basically like creating different slides. Does that make sense? But probably you are moving from MTN to Vodafone to Tigo. So you can create a slide master for Tigo, slide master for Vodafone, all of them, okay? So that when you move, you just switch from master to master. Does that make sense? And if you want to switch, you can come to layout and switch. Can you see? If I want, you see, when I come to layout, assuming I want to switch, this is for, who asked the question? I think, okay, Emmanuel says he can't see the unmute. Can somebody help Emmanuel, please? Emmanuel Danso.
Yeah, I've been unmuted, right?
Okay, great. But I hope you are learning something, guys. So assuming I have multiple, the person who asked the master question, assuming I have multiple
I think
masters.
Jay was the one who asked the question, but he has his hand up, so maybe he might have a follow-up or something.
Okay, Jay, do you have a follow-up? Hello, Jay. Jay, can you speak? Is it possible? Can you unmute Jay, please?
Oh, okay, while we wait for, I have a question.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I have a so
Okay.
I was asking with regards to you mentioned that with this certain documents PowerPoint you can have different slide masters in one presentation. So I was asking with regards to that, what warrants you to want to create different slide masters in one presentation?
Okay, you will not need it in one presentation. Every single presentation, okay, should be targeted to a client. So basically, let's say if I'm moving from, I'm spreading my let's say I want to catch bigger fish, so I want to do the same presentation for MTN. I want to do, but I want the same style, but all I do is change the colors. Do you get it? So for instance, for over here, let me do this so that you see this. View slide master. So over here, right, I can duplicate this. So instead of Azubi Africa, I'll put MTN here. Then instead of this color, I'll change it to what? Yellow. Does that make sense? So I have multiple of this. But I mean, it's like you said, it's not really important because you can create a different slide with different slide master instead of having them all in the same slide. Are we on the same page?
Yes,
So
please,
assuming
thank you.
in the case, good. In the case where you choose to do that, if you want to change layout, okay, for instance, if you want to change this layout to a different slide master layout, for example, to the BMW master I showed you, you do right click, okay? Then you come all the way down to layout. Right click all the way down to layout. You see all your masters. Can you see that? So this is an Office team template Office 10 team template where I fixed and changed the master. So you can see all these things. SSCO template. This is one of our biggest clients. Sten Stewart, you can look them up. So if I want to change it, watch what happens. I'm going to change the layout. Can you see it has changed? This was it before. This was not how it was before. It didn't have the BMW here. I'm going to change it back to the old layout. Can you see it has changed? So this is why you may need multiple masters, but like it's not really necessary. Okay. So the important thing is that you know your master and what it is used for and how you can get your layout. So you can do multiple layouts, multiple designs within your master. And when you want to swap, you just switch. All right. Are we on the same page? Let me Control Z. Good. Any questions? Let me see if you have more questions. Okay. Any questions? But I hope I answered your questions right. Okay, we have one.
So the icons or the emojis in the previous slides, like how do you get them? Is it in the shapes?
Yes. So we'll get to that one. Okay. I'll show you all those things. We are about to get there. All right. So let's go to colors. From colors, we are going to that side. That is why I want us to exercise a little. Good question, by the way. I'll give you free resources. I'll show you links to all these things. So let's move to colors. Any question on the are we all clear on the masters? Okay, good. Since Abba spoke, Abba, can I have you read this for me, please? Are you still there? I think Abba, can you read this for us? Or someone named, okay, good. Can we go?
Color is the first thing people see when they look at your presentation. Ignoring good color practice results in confusing presentations.
It's very important. Now, do you remember what I said about the MTN thing earlier on? Every company has colors. Every company has its own colors. For the graphic designers here, when you are designing logos and things when you are doing the company profile and things, you notice they give you their company colors, right? It is important to stick with the colors. Very, very important. And the reason why we are going to talk about colors is, colors speak a lot. Color carry meaning. Okay. If you see somebody wearing black, hot in the afternoon, black, or even red, what does that mean? He's not going to buy gobe or beans. No, please don't say that. If you see somebody in hot red attire with a red band on his head, what does that connote? Any person?
Funeral or something.
Red, yes, funeral or something means the person is, the person, like there's something serious going on.
Valentine Day.
Valentine Day, brilliant. If you see somebody in all white, that means there's some form of celebration. I hope you get it. So it's important what color you decide to use on your slide. And some religions or some groups hold certain colors sacred or do not like certain colors. From working with Germans a lot, I know Germans don't like pink. The color pink. I've been doing this for 6 years. I know most of them don't like. So if you put a color pink on their slides, you're in trouble. All right, it's very important. So you must know what color to use on your slide or not. You will not use blue colors, like I said, when you're going to present to MTN. It won't sit right with them. Okay. Now, remember we said something about the good color practices. Let's take a look at them. Now, this is our first resource. Please go to this site, color.adobe.com. Can I put this in the chat? And how do the people on the, okay, they can type it. color.adobe.com. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see.
Or I'm trying to share the entire screen, but can you see the screen with the website? Please let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. How many of you are seeing? I'm at color.adobe.com. If you have a PC, please use the link and go to that site. And please let me know if you can see the screen, or I should share it again.
Yeah, I think you may have to restart the share and then share the entire screen.
Okay. So share screen, this is what I did, but I want to do the entire screen and I can't find it here. Let me see.
Yeah, so you will have to stop the current share and then restart.
Okay. Stop share. Zoom. Okay. Share screen. Is this? It's not giving me the entire screen option.
Okay, so if you have multiple screens, it should show maybe one screen too. So you can just maybe pick on that. Yes.
Okay, guys. So now I'm sharing the screen with the color.adobe.com. Can you all see that? Is it visible now, guys? Good.
Yes.
How many? If you are on the site, let me see your thumbs up. Those of you have been able to visit the website. Okay, good. I see 2, 3. Great. So most of us are. So who can give me an idea what this place is for? Any idea?
Okay, let me try.
Okay, Romeo, let's go.
Okay, so it's used to pick colors, maybe for designs and stuff.
Good. So it's not everybody that has knowledge on the usage of colors. Some people, if you give them colors, they will not. You give them 20 colors, they will not know how to use it. So this site gives you when you go, yes, colors that work well together. When you go to the, when you want to create, you can create here. There are multiple types of colors, and I don't want to move into it because of time. There's a lot to do. You have analogous colors, monochromatic colors, triads, complementary colors, all the types of colors. These are color definitions that work together. For example, complementary colors work together. Okay, split complementary work together. Not every color works with every, you can't use red and black. And for example, was it last Saturday? We went to Mamfe, myself and my family. And I saw a spot, okay, a beer bar. And the color was red and black, like total paint, total red, dark red and black. Like, I was like, why? Like, is a spot for only funerals. What if somebody wants to celebrate? I hope you understand. If you see some buildings, you see certain, even color combination for addresses. Some colors do not go well with each other. So over here, if you want knowledge on which colors work well, you can come here. Explore. Okay. For the exploration, you can see multiple colors that have been used and the designs in which they were used. So the designers here, if you want to do interior decoration, whatever, there are multiple colors you can learn from, color combinations from here, and you can copy them. You can download them. When you download, you will get them. Okay, you can download them and go and use them. And iDrop. Okay, so I'm going to download one. I'm going to download this one. I think I like this one. So download any. Okay, download any. And I'm going to share my screen again to the PowerPoint. All right. So how many of you can see me in the PowerPoint now? Am I back in the PowerPoint session? If you can see me in the PowerPoint session now, good. So I downloaded it, right? Now I'm going to bring it to my PowerPoint. Okay. Can you see it? I'm going to put it on an empty slide. Remember, if you need an empty slide, what do you do? Control M. Control and M. Okay, M for mannequin. So this is what I downloaded and I've brought it here. Can you see it? These are the colors. The reason why I chose this color is because we have some complementing ones here. This is dark, this is dark, this is... But for PowerPoint, okay, you have one main color and supporting colors. It is very rare unless there are some clients that have multiple colors, okay? There are some clients that have multiple colors, but most clients would have one main color and the rest are supporting, okay? So for example, let's use this red. I'm going to create a box. If you want to create a box, go to shape, home, okay? And shapes. And you see the rectangle, whatever shape you want, it's over here. I'm going to do that again. Go to home, create any shape, select the shape and bring it down here. Okay, so I've created it, just drag it down. I'm going to create another shape. I'm going to create another shape. Just Control Shift drag. I'm going to do it again. Control Shift drag, Control Shift drag, Control Shift drag. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color, iDrop these colors. This is a picture. I want to delete it, but I want the main colors in what? PowerPoint. I want to use them in PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is that I'll select this box, okay? Go to Shape Fill. Can you see the Shape Fill? Then go to the iDropper. I'm going to go over it again. Select any of your boxes. Go to Shape Fill. Under Shape Fill, you see the Shape Fill, this bucket. You can choose to change the colors here, but what I want are the colors, because I'm not I don't know colors that much. Okay, 2 participants raise their hands. Please, can you speak before we move on? Please, those with their hands up, can you please ask your question?
All right, so I have a question.
Okay, good.
So, irrespective of the colors your clients give you, as in those are the company's colors, but is it important to know the atmosphere or the environment in which they are going to present the slides? Because some rooms are...
Oh, I think we lost you. But let me try and see if I can guess where I'm going. Now, for clients,
full of
if
colors, which would in your presentation. I don't know if you get my point.
Please, we lost you at the end, getting to the end. So can you continue from irrespective of the room?
All right, so you are working with a client, they're giving you their company colors. And so that's what you have to work with. Despite that, is it important to know the environment in which they are going to project the slides, which will overshadow your work? I don't know if you get that.
I'm trying to let me know if I answer it right. So basically, there are rules in PowerPoint slides, okay? For bigger shapes, you use lighter colors. If a client brings you colors, okay? For a bigger shape, you use lighter colors, and for smaller shapes, you use their darker colors. All right. The main thing is to use the colors they give you. Do not go outside the colors. Do not manufacture colors for clients. But what we are doing here is, if you personally you want to create your slide, you want to pitch a slide or want to pitch something, an idea to somebody or some people, and you want to create colors and you have no idea how to go about it, color.adobe.com is a good way to go. You get it. But with working with clients colors, you must never change it. But the question is how to use the client's colors. In what proportion do you use this part of a client's color? And the basic rule is, for larger shapes, use what? Lighter colors. And for smaller shapes, you use darker colors. Why? Because smaller shapes are difficult to spot. So when you use darker colors, they can be easily seen. And for bigger shapes, because they are big to spot. When you use darker colors, it becomes too dark, okay, and not nice. So you use lighter colors for bigger shapes and darker colors for smaller shapes. I hope I've answered your question to a point.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay. I had another person's answer.
I think that was Nexo McIntyre, but so
okay.
Nexo, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
McIntyre.
Can we have your question, please?
I think he's not able to unmute the mic, so you could go ahead probably later on and just answer that.
So one important thing, every shape has some properties. Let's look at this shape. Let me change this to a circle. Now, if I want to change a shape from a box to a circle, let's say I started with a box or a square, and I don't like the box. I want to change it to a circle. There's a faster way to do it. You select the shape, okay? Go to shape format. Now, when you go to shape format, on the far left, there is edit shapes. Can you see that? On edit shapes, you can see change shape. You can change a shape to a circle. Does that make sense? I'm going to do this. I'm going to change this one to a triangle. So shape format, on the far left, edit shapes, change shape to a triangle. Can you see that? Good. Please, who wants this done again? Did somebody actually get it? You want to change a shape, edit shape, change shape, choose whatever shape you want. Does that make sense? Okay, brilliant. Now, I've brought what I downloaded from color.adobe.com. And you can see it has given me the RGB code and the hex code. Please, I know this is technical for some of us. Do not mind what RGB codes. They are just codes that determine, the spectrum of a color. Okay, good. So if I want this color, this circle to have this color, what I do is that I go to the shape format. Okay, shape fill. Then I select the eyedropper. With the eyedropper, you notice that when I move onto a color, it changes. Can you see? It comes to the brown. When I move here, it comes to the dark brown. I want red here. So now I have the color red in my PowerPoint sheet. Remember, this is a picture. You can't edit it here. So let me eyedrop the next color. Shape fill. Remember, shape fill, eyedropper, select this guy. I have it over here. Let me eyedrop the next color. Shape fill, eyedropper, select. I have this over here. So you can notice that I've selected this 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to select this guy, select shape fill, eyedrop. I have it here. So let's do away with the final slide. Let's say just these 4 colors we want. So this is how to transfer the colors you download from color.adobe.com onto your slide. Now, what we often do sometimes is we dock the main colors we are going to use over here on the far right outside the slide. So I'm going to create a shape and duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm using 4. Okay. So I'm just going to eyedrop this one over here, select this one, eyedrop it, select this one, eyedrop it, then select this one, and come here and eyedrop it to pick the color. So you notice I have my main colors here, so now I can delete it. So this serves as a guide. It is outside the slide. When I go into presentation mode, you will not see it, so it is safe. Let me go to presentation mode and show you. Can you see the colors? Everything outside the border does not show. Okay, so this serves as, for those of us who will be working on our own, but Client Master comes with their own colors. So if you are working on with your slides, you can dock your colors on the side to serve as a guide for you. Now, I was talking about the shape. Every shape has these properties. Please remember, every shape has this property, a shape fill and a shape outline. What do I mean by shape fill and shape outline? This is the outline. Let me give it the red color. And let me increase. Remember, if you want this, you can see this under the shape property. You can see the shape fill over here and the shape outline over here. So I'm going to give it a red outline and increase the weight of the outline to this. So you can see the outline over here. I'm going to change the shape fill color to this so that you see it very well. So every shape has two properties, the shape fill and the shape outline. Now, there is something I've learned in my 6 years of working for consultants in Europe. They do not like a combination of this. It's either you are using a shape outline or you're using a shape fill. They don't like a combination of these two. This is bulky for them. The word is bulky. This is too bulky. And even the shape outline is bulky. Often they like a width of 1, simple, without a shape fill. So the shape will be white. If there's an outline, the fill is white. Does that make sense? So that you don't, the brain always looks for things. You want to simplify things on your slide and not make things too bulky. I think we have a question here. I can't see okay, this is old. Any questions so far? Or should I keep going? Any questions? Should I keep going? Okay, Jay.
The picture docking. How do you, is it just any normal selection or how do you dock the ones on the side?
Okay, good. So what I did was I just created smaller shapes like this. How to create, you know how to create shapes, right? Home, shape, okay. I just created this. Then I moved it to the left. All right. I just reduced the size of it. Then depending on the number of colors, how many colors you have here? 4. Assuming you have 5 colors, you are going to hold Control and Shift and drag down. So I have 2 shapes. Control Shift, drag down. I have 3 shapes. You get it. Then you can change your colors depending on the colors you are using. So this is going to guide you that this is the colors I'll be using. And remember, always try gray. Gray is like, you can't go wrong with gray. Okay, like they say, it's a gray area. So I've docked my colors here. So this is to remind me that these are the colors I'm using. You can choose to group them or not. This is to remind me that these are the colors I'm using. Jay, does that answer your question? So it's just shapes that I put on my far left. Hello, Jay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. All right. So let's go ahead. Please remember, what is the rule?
If you are going to use John, sorry.
Yes, please.
Benjamin also had his hand up, so I think he can go ahead.
Okay, Benjamin, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to find out how many different colors can you use in a presentation?
In a presentation, this is brilliant. Please, once again, I think I'm rubbing it on your face too much. In my years of doing this, just a few clients have I seen them use multiple colors. And even with that, there's a predominant one. Does that make sense? So let's assume this is your main color. Okay. There's a supporting gray. Please remember, this first gray, it's on all of your slides. This guy, you can't go wrong with it. Always have it. That is what I've docked here. Always have it. Because for bigger, what do you call it? Bigger shapes, you need a green. Now, you have your main color, this one, or even let's go with this, since we downloaded this one. Let's go with, assuming this is your main color, we have the gray there. The gray is always on any slide you open, no matter what PowerPoint, so you have it. This is for gray areas. Okay. And this guy, now, this guy should go, this should be your main color, but you need a complementary color for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, okay, and go to more fill colors. When you go to more fill colors, down the spectrum, you can see you can reduce it or increase it. The down you come, the more you come down, it becomes black. The more you go up, it becomes lighter. So this is a lighter version of this guy. Do you want me to do it again? So what I did was to duplicate this, okay? Duplicate this, and I reduce the size. And I went to shape format, shape fill, more fill colors, and I reduce the color all the way down so that this will complement this. So I can use this for bigger shapes and use this for smaller shapes. Does that make sense? So the predominant color should be 1 or 2. It shouldn't be more than 2. In the instance, you can have another predominant color, which is this guy. But then you should have your main color, just like MTN and Tigo. Red should be your main color. This should be your supporting. So this should be the supporting for the red if you are not using this. And this should be the supporting for this color. Let me choose this and select it. Go to shape fill and make it this color. Let me go, I'm going to reduce this color too. How do I do that? Shape fill, more, then go to a lighter version. Do you see this? So if I have this docked right next to it. Then our gray, if I have this guy docked right next to it. So assuming I choose to use this color for a particular shape, if I want a lighter version, this is what I use. Assuming I choose to use this color for a particular shape, if I want a lighter version, this is what I use. Any question on how to do this, please? Any question, please? Does that answer the question? Guys, does that answer the question? We have 30 minutes to go, just 30 minutes, and I want to teach you something fun. We've gotten to the fun aspect. Hello, guys. Are you there? Am I still in the meeting? Okay, good.
We are here.
Yeah, please, somebody ask this question. Please, does that answer your question? Okay, good. So I presume this helps. So you can see that your lighter versions you always need the lighter versions of the predominant color, but make one color the predominant color. The reason why you will need multiple colors, and even that one you need, assuming you need multiple colors for a graph, it often comes into question when you have a graph. You can always, like I said, do you see this? So this is darker, this is light, and this is lighter. Does that make sense? So I can bring this also here. You can create colors from even your own PowerPoint. After you've gotten your predominant colors, you can create more colors. So I'm going to reduce this one, eyedrop, make sure I have this one here. Then more colors. Then just increase it a bit. So you see from here, I have this. So this gives me if you want a chart, like you have a pie chart, any chart, let me put a chart inside, insert so that you see what I'm saying. And once again, you will not see this on your regular chart. Please pardon me. This is ThinkCell. We use ThinkCell. We don't use the regular PowerPoint charts. So assuming you have this, okay, I'm going to use a series. This is a chart that uses multiple colors. I'm going to use a series, bring my series here. So I'm going to use a series to guide my colors. Okay, so series 1, I'm going to have this one. I'm going to start from the bottom. Okay, no, series 3 is at the bottom. So let me have the darker one at the bottom so that it builds up. Then series 2, I have this. Then series 1, I have this. Does that make sense? So you notice that in my graph, I'm moving from a darker color to a lighter one. Can you see this? And in case you want to For example, you have more than one series. Let's go into the oh, it will not allow me to do this, but anyway, assuming you have more than one series, you can create more, but then you could also introduce this guy as well. Okay, so I think that is it for colors. Any questions? We are moving on. Any? I've not answered. Okay, I've answered. Okay, no, okay. Any questions on the colors before we move on? Because we will need that for our next session. Any colors? Any questions? Any colors? Any questions for the colors, guys? Okay, there's one chat I can see. Okay, good. So let's move on to layouts. Let's move on. And this is going to be as practical as possible. So I have these 5 points. And as usual, I have these 5 points. I'm going to send them to you in the message. Please copy them onto your slide. Everybody, open your PowerPoint slide. This is where it gets fun. Everyone, open your PowerPoint slide. I've put some 5 points there. Remember, keep them in bullets. Okay, keep them in bullets like this. All right, these 5 points. Is it on the Zoom chat? Okay, it's in the Zoom chat as well. Hello, guys. Do you all have these points? Do we all have it? Okay. Please open your PowerPoint and put them. We are going to, how do you design a slide? You have these points. You have this point. Socioeconomic impact of emerging tech, environmental consequences of technology. You have ethical, and they are supposed to be 5. So please make this one to a bullet point so that there are 5 bullet points. Now, how do I present these? These are the points I want to create a slide with. How do I present these on a slide? How do I present these on a slide? And what comes to mind is layout. Okay. Remember, we are going to use these colors. Or the colors you chose. So I'm going to dock them, Control C. I'm going to dock them. I think I'll need this one on top. I'll need this, my guy. So Control G, Control C, and I'm going to bring them in. Let me duplicate. Always remember to duplicate your slide so that you have your original as your reference point. Please remember. So duplicate your slide so that you have your original as your reference point. So what I'm going to do, okay, is that I'm going to split this into 5 main points. 5 main what? Points. Just this sentences, we are going to make about 5 different slides out of the sentences. Good. So I have this point. Now I'm going to use efficient elements to go fast, but then you can split your boxes. Okay, so what it does is I can split my boxes with efficient elements. So I have this one. You can download it afterwards. This gives me the ability to split all the boxes to different shapes. Like I said, I do this on a profession. That's why I have these tools. So you can download them, okay? If you're a student, you can get 1 year free. If you are not, you can also get a month free. So I have this. Now I have my points. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How do you do?
Please come again. Hello? Please, I had a question, or it was not a question. Okay, Sharif. Okay, Sharif, can we have your question? Hello, Sharif, can we have your question? Oh, have we lost Sharif? Okay, let me show you how to do it. I think he wants to know how to do this without this. Now, the fastest way to do this without what my tools I have here, you can duplicate these, okay? When you duplicate, delete the point you don't need. So you just have the point you need. Okay, so I'm done with socioeconomic impact. Then Control Shift, duplicate. Now I can delete socioeconomic impact and delete these guys. So I have environmental. Do you get it? So just delete the point you don't need and just, so I have socioeconomic impact. let me delete an environmental. So I can delete these two and duplicate it. When I duplicate it, I can delete these three, these two underneath it. So I have this one. Okay. So I have ethical. I can do, remember the duplicate is what? Control Shift. So I can move these three up. Are we on the same page? Now I can delete ethical, then duplicate this. Then over here, I'll delete what? Addressing digital disparities. So I have this here. Then finally, I can delete the tech. So I have all my 5 points over here. So let me reduce them. Can you see I have all my 5 points? So this is the way to go about it. Duplicate the box into multiple boxes, 5 of them. Then you have all the sentences in different. Okay, good. So this is what I have. All right, remember, we have our bodies. Remember, we spoke about slide bodies, okay? So we have to work with slide bodies. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have, this is a tradition I do. I'm going to have a box over here and split it into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do this manually. Because of time, that is why I'm using my tools over here. The reason why I need 5 equal parts is because these are 5 equal points. Are we on the same page? Good. And I'm going to have another box that signifies the width of my slide. This serves as a form of guide. Okay, so I'm going to color them in a weird color. Often we use yellow. So I have it yellow up here. I'll delete it after. Then I have this one too over here. So this serves as a form of guide. I color this one to yellow, excuse me. So you see, everything should not exceed on the vertical side this, and everything should not exceed on the horizontal side this yellow box. So this is basically what I spoke to you about in the beginning concerning borders. So now I'm going to increase the size. If I look at this, the width is what? Or the height is 2.222. So I'm going to make all of this 2.22. 2.22. Good. Then I'm going to align this to this, align this to this, align this to this, align this to this, then also align this to the last one. Then I'm going to stretch these ones all the way to the left of this guy, then get this one to all the way to the right of this guy, because these are my borders. They are the reference of my borders. So you notice from here, I have this. Then remember the rule. Stay away from what? Using outlines and what? Fills. So I'm going to take the outlines of all my shapes. So no outline. Are we on the same page? Let me just bring my copy and duplicate my borders over here so that I can delete them when I don't need them. So right now we have this, but this is not the color I'm supposed to be using. Okay, these are not my colors. So I'm going to select these. And remember the rule. Can I use red here? No. Why? Because it's too in your face. It's too bulky. So I'm going to choose for, I'm going to go for a much lighter color, which is this guy. Or even let me try the gray. The gray is even much better. Yes. But when I try the gray, you cannot see my text anymore. So I'm going to make my text black. A second. Now, because I split it, always make sure your shapes do not have this, do not auto fit. It's very important. You notice I'm going a bit fast, so please slow me down when I do something you don't see, okay? I beg you. All right. So I'm going to make it black. So let's see the progress. From here, we have this. From this, we have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So what are we going to do next? We are going to add numbers to it. Okay, so I'm going to give margin to the text. Now I'm going to do batch, what we call batch formatting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I select all of them. And to be able to give margins to the text, I'll right click and I'll go to shape format. When I go to shape format, you see text options. I'm going to do that again. Select all the boxes. Right click, shape format or format object. Okay. and I'll go to test options. When you go to test options, come here, test box. Now you see left margin, right margin, top margin, bottom margin. Another way to get here is to click this right beside the drawing. Can you see it? Right beside the drawing, you see this node, shape format. When you select it, you can go to test options. Then you come here, all right? Then you see this left margin, right margin, top margin, bottom margin. I want to give more margins to the left. Why? Because I want to put numbers there. Okay, so I give more margins to the left. Then I select this Control-C, Control-V, copy it, and bring it here. Then I'm going to change the shape format, edit shape. I want something like a circle over here because I don't want to use box in box. I want more dynamism. But remember, we don't use X. We need a perfect shape. So I'm going to go to the shape format and select this one, Control-C and Control-V. Okay, so I have a perfect circle. Then I'll align it to the middle of this. Okay, so I have a perfect circle, so I can number here 1. Then bold. Then I'll do the same thing, Control-Shift, drag this number down. Then I'll align it to the middle. Then I'll number it 2. Do the same thing, Control-Shift, drag down. Then I'll number it 3. Do the same thing, Control-Shift, drag down. Then I'll number it 4. Same thing, Control-Shift, drag down, then align to the center. Then I'll number it 5. So can you see, right from here? So let me delete the things I don't need. These ones just served as some sort of, what do you call it? Guidance. So I delete them after. So we have just these 5 points come together. Okay. And to be able to get a slide out of them, we split them into different boxes. So socioeconomic has its own box, environmental consequences have its own box, ethical has its own box, then textile. So you see how we move from here to this part. I want to hide this thing. Okay. So we see how we move right from here, just a box, to something nice, numbered, and well labeled. You can also choose to add icons to the what? To the right. So your icons will be here. Remember, the icons should be what? Related to what this test is. And I'll show you how to get the icons. 346, okay. All right, let's see how, in what other way can we do this design? Remember, there are 5, okay? So I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to delete all of this. All right. Then I'm going to select this. Remember, we did it horizontally. Now I'm going to bring this here, Control-C, but then I'll bring this here, and I'm going to split this into 5 vertical columns. Okay, and give it a space of about 20. All right, now I'm going to have this docked over here, have this docked over here, have this guy docked over here, have this guy docked over here. You can do this manually. It's because of the sake of time that I'm going this fast. Now I'm going to select all of this, then align to the top, then select all of this, then align to the bottom, and middle align my test. Now remember, we gave margins to the left. That is why you see a lot of space here. So we go back to the test options and take off the margins, okay? Give here, let's say 0.5 or 0.1 and also 0.1 so that every test is centered. I think 0.1 is quite small, so we increase it to 0.2, 0.2. But the environmental is lacking over here, so I reduce font size a bit. No, I still need the font size bigger. So let me do one each. So you can see this. I have this guy and I have this guy over here. All right, so this is the test. So how best do I use this? I can have this over here, or come and copy my numbers just like this, okay? And bring my numbers here. Align to the middle, align to the middle, Control Shift drag, align to the middle. Control Shift drag, also align to the middle. Then align to the middle. Now I'm going to select, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now what I'm going to do, I want all the tests. Now when you look at this, I'm going to bring this down. You notice all the tests do not start at the same point. Some are above the other. I want all of them to start at the same point. So what I'm going to do is select all of them. I do batch formatting, go to home, then come here to the alignment, then align to the top, okay? But I notice that it has gotten to the space where the numbers is. So I'm going to give it a top what? Margin. If you want to go there, I'm going to do it again. Remember, you can click here, okay? Test options, then you go here, test box, then you give it a top margin. You can see they are all coming down. Can you see it? Good. Now I can shift enter. I want this one to come down, so shift enter. I can also shift enter here so that the words do not look clumped together. Okay. Healthcare, I can do this so that, I mean, it is a bit, what do you call it? So we have this. So from here, but I can add more style to it. How do I add more style to it? I can select this shape, okay? Bring it here. Right underneath it, let's put it somewhere here. Make it lean. Okay, bring it down. Give it white border and make it stick. Because there's a lot of space there. I need some design, you know, down there. So I make this white, bring it down a bit. Then increase it a bit so that it looks like the old Man U jersey, those of you who watch football. I think, is it the sharp one? I have this here. Now you notice I'm using the colors I brought from color.adobe. So you can see, it's the same slide. This guy, we split it horizontally, then we did a vertical design. Okay. I think this is too big. I don't want it to be prominent. So I can reduce it, then reduce the size. Because it's not the center of attraction. All right. There's a lot of things you can do to your slides. So from the horizontal arrangement, we come to the vertical arrangement. You can choose to do this. Instead of using shapes, you can choose to use outline. So I'm going to use a gray outline, then I take the fill off. Okay. And over here, I can choose to, let me duplicate this so that we see the difference. All right. So instead of the fill, I can choose to use outline. So I'm going to use a white fill, then the outline, I make it gray, and the thickness, I leave it at half. Then these ones, I can choose to do a batch formatting for all of them. Then have something like this. So you see the layout. From here, I did this. So we have this guy, social economic impact, blah, 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 blah. You place the text into different boxes. You have this one, 5 different points, easy to read, nice. We have this one, I use the fill. If I don't want to use the fill, I use the outline. But I notice that because I use white outline, I give more presence to the dark shape underneath here. Okay, so that the slide doesn't look too white. Let's try another layout. The last one, probably. We are going to use circles this time. So I'm going to duplicate this. What is the best way to use circles? Guys, remember, you can shape edit, okay? Change the shapes to circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shape, edit. Shape format, remember, edit, change shape to what? Circle. So we have our circle, okay? Let me reduce the font size for now. Then I make sure all my circles have the same size. Control V, remember, same size, width and height. Then I reduce it a bit. There are 5. Over here, they are all not in the same, what do you call it? They are not in the same space. So I try as much as possible to bring them all in the slide. Remember, you are not supposed to work outside the slide. So I bring them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then align properly. This should be aligned. This and this should be aligned. And this should be aligned. Now I bring them down. Now remember, I made changes to the margins. Okay, I'm going to reduce the size a bit. That is why you see this. So I'm going to align to the middle, everything to the middle, so that you can see it over here. Now, if I leave it like this, it is too white. Can you see that? It is too white. So I'm going to get a shape. I can't use red either, because if I use red, it is all in your face. Can you see? It is all in your face. I don't want to use red either. So, socio-economic. I like arranging things. The text seems a little bit at the bottom, so I'm going to bring them a bit to the top by reducing the top margin. Okay. If you like red and you want to change, you can bring this here, select white, bring it here. But instead of red, you can change it to white. Okay. When you change it to white, you make the number what? Red. Does that make sense? Bring this one to here. 2. Bring this guy here. 3. Move this guy all the way here. Number 4, align to the top. Then move this guy all the way here. 5. You see how we moved from this to this? I'm not a fan of the red too much because it's too in your face. Pardon me. So I would rather have this, then have this black, then take the outline off. But even this is not too elegant. Anyway, so to make this, give it this contrast, I'm going to make this red rather, then give it a white film, then probably a white outline. So you can see we move from here, to this, and to this. There is so much more you can do. So much more you can do to this. Instead of this, let's say you can choose to use icons. Let me go and borrow icons from here. For the sake of time, I'm going to borrow icon from, I'm going to use random icons. But remember, your icons should always have the meaning of the text. It should be within context. Let me bring this icon here. Yes, please, your question. Hello. Yeah, I saw a hand raised. We can't hear you if you're asking a question. So you see, instead of numbers, you can replace them with icons. I'm using the same icon just because of time. Okay, I think 3 minutes so that I share some resources with you. All right. So you can see from here, you can change the icon color to red as well, depending. Any questions, please? Yeah, so it's the same thing we've gotten from here that we've changed the layout.
How did you get the icons once again?
Yes, that is what I'm going on to. But are you okay with where we are right?
Yeah, so we have 2 hands raised, Sharif and then Isel. Yeah.
Okay, so Sharif and Isel. Sharif then Isel. So let's hear from
you.
Yes,
all right.
Okay.
Sorry, Sharif, you can go.
Oh, a colleague of mine has just asked the question I wanted to ask. That is about getting the icons.
Okay, good. Okay, we'll move on to that from here. The next person, SL.
Yes, so I wanted to find out when is it appropriate to use images instead of icons?
Good. So I'm going to use image for this. Now, everything here is about technology, okay? So the first resource is Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. Let me share that with you. Please go into your chat. You can visit there right away. You get free pictures there. So I'm going to Pexels right now. Let me share my screen to the, where is the site? Please let me know if you can see it. Pexels.com. Can you all see my screen? Okay, good. So I'm going to look for, all my sentences are about technology. So I'm going to type technology. Wow, so you have multiple tech pictures. You pick one that best suits what you need, okay? Your pictures must fit what you need. So I'm going to download this picture. Okay, I'm going to download, oh, this one is a sponsored one from my store. You would have to buy that one. So I'm going to download, which one should I download? I'm going to download this one. Okay, then download selected size. Okay. So I'm going to copy what I've downloaded, then I'm going to share it on the slide. Please let me know if you can see my screen. I'm now on the slide. Can you see my screen? Good. So I downloaded a picture and I've brought it here. So this is the picture I downloaded. So I'm just going to increase the size a bit, holding shift. Then I'll crop it. You can always crop from here. Okay. You can always crop from here. So I have this. All right. Let me see. This is covering my entire slide. It's intentional that I'm letting it cover my entire slide. So I'm going to just the same slide. So what you can do is that put a shape on it. Now, when you have a picture, you can put a shape on it. And I'm going to use the color of this shape, actually. Then take the outline off. Then reduce transparency. Now, you can get a transparency, same place I went to, format shape. With a bucket, you see transparency here. Can you see it? If you don't want to go this way, you can go to shape format, okay, picture format, then the color. You see different color grades of your shape. You can choose this. All right. Now I'm going to bring this guy, Control C, Control J, Control C, and bring it over here. Can you see this? Let me reduce the size a bit and crop this thing further so that you see the slide master. Okay. Then I'm going to give this transparency. Then further crop it well. So you notice that from here, we are able to use a picture as part of our slide. From this, we come to this, we can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and this. The possibilities are a million, how you can use pictures. Okay, now, for those, I know some of you are wondering, how do I put a picture in a shape? Let me do this quick for you. So if you have a circle, okay, and this is my picture, Control C, Control V, I'm going to reduce it. And you want to put it into this shape. What you do is that you copy this picture, you can do Control X or Control C. When you select it, you go to this side, go to the bucket, picture, or texture fill. Then when you select the picture or texture fill, you go to insert from clipboard. And notice that the picture is inside the circle. Now, what it does automatically is that it distorts the picture. So you can go to picture format, then go to crop, then select fill. Then the picture itself, the proper aspect ratio of the picture would show. If you want to increase the circle, you can always increase it. If you want to get more range for your picture, remember, the more you decrease it, the more it goes off. All right. So always remember this. You can always fill a shape when you come here, shape, fill, solid color gradient with picture. Okay, so whatever picture you have, you can use it. All right. So for the resources, so assuming I want to bring this picture here, same thing. I copy the picture, Control-C, come to this circle, fill, picture tester, come to clipboard, and we have it over here. Great. So you can use pictures, you can use icons. Now, where you can get your icons, Icon Finder. Let me put it over here. Icon Finder. You can get free icons there. Then you get 1, 2 at the Noun project. Everything on the Noun project is free, just that you have to log in. Icon Finder, mostly you have to buy, okay? But they are free ones. And when you download, it is as easy as that. All you do is to copy and paste, and you can change the color. Are we all on the same page? So these are some icons I downloaded from Icon Finder. You just copy, paste, and you change the color. It comes as SVG. Always remember to download it as SVG format, okay? PNG format you can't change. PowerPoint only accepts SVG format. So when you go to Icon Finder, when you go to Pexels, you can get all those things. Another place I would like to show you is Freepik. I know most of you know Freepik. So Freepik. You can get icons and everything you want there. Okay, so these are places you can get your resources for your PowerPoint. As you can see, if I'm going to dismantle this, I'm going to dismantle this. So this is a color with transparency. Can you see? I can increase and decrease the transparency. This is a picture. This is a shape. So you see how it works. So they come together to do this. These are lines. This is a box with a color, with a transparency on top of the color, on top of the picture. And this is just a shape. Okay, I can change the color, I can choose to change the color anytime. So all these are shapes that come together to give you slides. Slides are a matter of combining shapes, but the shapes must work with each other. Don't add a triangle and a square. They don't fit well. Okay, add a triangle and a triangle, circle. Circles and squares often fit well, but the sizes, for example, something like this. This is a circle, this is a square, and this is a picture. So this is an instance where you can use a picture. Same content. Remember, there's a problem here. Environmental. Okay, so you can break the test. Consequences. There should be 1. There's a whole lot we would have to learn, but because of time, we can't do that. But I hope this short time that we've had together, you're able to learn something beneficial. And I hope to see you in the next session. Please do well to fill the...
Yeah, my question.
Yes, please. Somebody has a question?
Yeah, like at the beginning, I was asking about the PowerPoint. I don't get access to the latest PowerPoint, so...
Yes, I think my LinkedIn access is there. You can see my LinkedIn when you go to the main page. Please contact me through, because it's a lengthy process. Contact me through LinkedIn so that I'll go through with you. All right, guys. There's a short. Please come again.
I can't see your LinkedIn, so I don't know whether you can mention that.
Okay, it's on the page. When you go to the page, my session.
Okay, sure.
Yes, when you go to the page, my session, my socials are there. my YouTube, but please go to my LinkedIn because that's the professional part. All right. So you can see what you can do in PowerPoint with just the little things you know. But the most important thing is to know the rules that will guide you, which we shared. Okay. Please do well to fill I have some questionnaires for you. Kindly do well to fill them for me. They are very important. All right. If you had a good session and you're enjoying it, please let me see some thumbs up. And thank you so much for joining my session. I really appreciate you all. I really, really appreciate you all for the time you spent with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. To those who spoke and to those who
a
didn't.
quick one.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sharing is.
The link for the feedback, if you can share that again.
The feedback, we did that in I think it's engraved in the site when you go to the site.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
Please do well to
was
give
an
me
independent one. Yeah.
No, it's not an independent. Please go to my site. You find it, fill it. We also, there are employment opportunities and other things. We want to know how many of you would like to work in this field so that when we are recruiting, we consider you as well. So please go to that site. It's in the site on my session. There's a questionnaire and stuff. It's just, I think, 4 questions. Just yes and no answers. It is nothing more than that. Okay, so please, you don't have to type, just yes and no. Just fill it for me. And thank you so much. Do have a wonderful day, guys. 2 hands raised. Okay, Romeo.
Okay, so please answer the place where you have the EE, the 2 is at the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that those 2 you have to buy them or they are in the?
This particular tool, like I said, it has a 1-month subscription, free subscription. But then, yes, if you're a student, you can use your student ID to get a 1-year free subscription.
So is there any way you can get it for free? Like
yes. Oh no, you will not get a cracked version. If you trust me, you will not get. Yes, I'm a cracked person myself. You will not get it. All right, guys, I have to run. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Do have a wonderful time.
Thank you too, and you too a wonderful time.
Thank you. Really appreciate you guys.
Oh.